Thanks very much, Jonathan. Throughout the year, we have continued to do everything we can to support our people who have to be in the workplace. I'm speaking to you today in front of our Rainbow Suite, which is a fantastic new resource we have made available at our Helpline Hospital site. This suite includes a relaxing lounge with the wonderful outside garden, showering facilities and kitchen, including a large freezer, which is fully stocked with frozen ready meals. And for those of you like me who have a sweet tooth, it also has ice cream and lollies to help during hot weather. The suite is based in the central therapies corridors at the Helplines and has been created specifically for our people as a dedicated space to help all of our teams to relax and re-energise during these challenging times. I also want to give you some of the other highlights of how combined healthcare has supported its people over the past year. So in 2019-20, we focused on refreshing our people strategy, and what we did was we undertook extensive engagement with our staff to ensure that we were maximising our impact. We moved towards creating a vision in which all the organisation has a part in and can see their contribution when it comes to looking after our people. We reviewed our strategy and have now relaunched our combined people strategy, which is for the next 5 years. Our overarching commitment remains to our people, and this is around striving to provide every person working in our trust an understanding of our shared purpose, and empowerment to be autonomous and how to be excellent. Our people strategy is all about the promises we have made to our staff, and we have made 4 promises. And these are that we will create an inclusive and empowering culture, we will support your health and well-being, we will listen to you, and we will support you to be excellent. All of our activity now focuses on supporting these 4 promises, ensuring that we are making Combined an even better place for our people to work. Achieving our strategic goals in our people strategy will help us to build our capacity and capability. An important element is addressing inequalities and developing a more diverse workforce by creating a more inclusive culture. Another important element is strengthening our relationships with strategic partners across the system to explore more opportunities for collaboration, utilise more knowledge, expertise and resources across the system in a more efficient way. In 2019-20, we employed 1,402 average whole-time equivalent substantive staff, with the majority of our staff providing professional healthcare directly to our service users. As an employer that prides itself on being flexible, we also have an active staff bank which supports our substantive workforce. This temporary staffing function allows a greater provision and, as I've already said, a more flexible model which is more adaptive to service needs and removes wherever possible the need for agency provision. We recognise that our people are our greatest asset, and we continue to develop all of our people and the culture within which they work to enhance the experience of our service users, improve performance and increase staff engagement and morale. Recruitment and retention continues to be a major focus for the Trust, and in the last 12 months we are absolutely delighted to have seen a significant reduction in both our vacancy and turnover position. We're really proud of our Inclusion Council, which is chaired by our Chief Executive Peter Axon, and this provides a voice for each of our staff networks who we support and work closely with. Some of the activities that have come from the Inclusion Council and our various staff networks include changes to policy, unconscious bias training for all of our staff, reverse mentoring programs and numerous conferences and events. These networks have proven invaluable for helping us to further develop our inclusive culture and realise our ambitions of equality and a workforce that represents our local communities throughout all levels of the organisation. We have seen our national NHS staff survey engagement scores deliver year-on-year improvements, showing a rising trajectory. We now score above average in all of the 11 staff survey domains, and we are either the high scoring or joint high scoring in our benchmark group for 3 of these domains, which include equality, diversity, inclusion, safe environment around bullying and harassment, and team working. Our staff support and counselling service provides a comprehensive range of services in addition to traditional counselling therapy, and this has come more to the fore throughout these times of COVID. This enhanced range of services are designed to foster resilience, reduce the negative impact of stress, and include preventative measures and developing self-care plans to support stress. The service also provides psychological first aid and psychological debriefing support following distressing, stress or untoward incidents. Our critical incident stress management programme of training for staff also involves training our staff in how to offer early interventions and support to colleagues with an emphasis on fostering resilience and self-care. Through our role in leading the organisational development and leadership workstream of the Staffordshire and Stoke-on-Trent STP, we also launched the first national pilot for the High Potential Scheme, which aims to attract, select and develop talented senior members of staff into the leaders of tomorrow. We have also delivered stepping up cohorts to nearly 100 BAME aspiring leaders across the system, and we are continuing to provide support to this group through our system-wide alumni with biannual events. Our first ever LGBT+ conference, called All Sorts of Love, was held to huge success with attendance from healthcare and other sectors from across the region and further afield, as well as service users and community representatives. As an organisation that prides itself on its digital approach, we have a learning management system which enables every staff member to be able to access both what they need for their role and extra learning opportunities afforded by the ability to link into other learning platforms. In 2019, we also added in an appraisal module to the learning management system, and what this means is that every staff member has an annual appraisal and regular updates throughout the year, which is now recorded and accessed through their own learning management system account. Through their account, they can now easily access and complete e-learning and book onto classes to complete their statutory and mandatory education, as well as a large number of other educational and developmental opportunities. As part of our social inclusion approach, in 2019-20, we have continued to develop our apprenticeship offer. Apprentices are drawn from both new recruits into the trust and existing staff, utilising apprenticeships to develop new skills and support them into new roles. We have expanded the range of apprenticeships on offer with an additional 7 different types of apprenticeships being undertaken in 2019-20, including those in finance, clinical areas, estates and leadership and management. We also now offer apprenticeships at all levels from a level 2, which is the equivalent to GCSEs, through to a level 7, which is the equivalent of a master's degree. Apprenticeships enable the development of new skills, support talent management, and are built into our everyday workforce planning and training needs analysis processes to help shape our future. But most importantly, what it enables us to do is to grow our own workforce. Protecting the health and well-being of our people is one of the most important duties of the Trust. That is true in normal times and even more important in these uniquely challenging times. The Workforce and Organisational Development team, supported by our communications team and the Trust's Head of Psychology, Matt Johnson, have produced a whole range of advice and resources to enable our staff to support themselves and those in their teams who they line manage. We recognise that sometimes our staff might simply need to speak to someone, and therefore we set up a specific COVID support helpline so that staff could speak to somebody in our staff counselling team as and when they require. During lockdown, the counselling service has followed social distancing guidance and conducted counselling sessions virtually through video calls. Those that don't have access or feel comfortable using this technology could also carry out sessions over the telephone. Speaking as a Bangladeshi Muslim, I am acutely aware of the disproportionate impact that COVID-19 has had on people from a BAME background. As an organisation, we have been applying a concerted focus to reports from Public Health England in terms of putting in place some additional measures to protect all our people from a BAME background. The Trust, in addition to this, has also implemented various changes to support and protect all our staff, and strengthened its infection prevention procedures, including offering single-use prayer mats and disposable religious headwear. We have also offered risk assessments to identify any potential factors which may increase their risk, free health check appointments with occupational health, and dedicated health and wellbeing resources on the intranet. We've also expanded this health and wellbeing resource to be made widely available to people across our wider system on the internet. We are proud to be singled out for praise by NHS England for the quality and breadth of our BAME risk assessments. At the very start of the COVID challenge, we launched our Combined United initiative with the aim that over the coming days and weeks we hope to build a lasting tribute and record of the extraordinary things we are doing and all we are going to do. Combined United has been a great success and is freely available on our public website and open to anyone, whether they work for Combined or not. Anyone who wants to do so can use an online form to provide their own message of appreciation for something being done by an individual or a team. It could be anything they like, big or not so big. It could be that they simply want to say, I really value what you do and how you do it, or a message of support and encouragement, or maybe they might want to give a public profile for something being done that otherwise might go unnoticed. We had great traction on social media, in particular Twitter, the Trust Facebook page and LinkedIn, where staff and service users were able to further share and amplify their admiration and support for one another. The words of support and admiration for each other on Combined United is a continuing and lasting testament to what a great place combined healthcare is. Of course, we can only support our people and invest in facilities like the Rainbow Suite if our finances are sound. It is therefore my pleasure to hand over to our Executive Director of Finance, Performance and Estates, Lorraine Hooper, to tell you more about our unprecedented strong financial performance.